What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, on my way back from the airport. Just flew in, still have my hip-hop hat on. Man, what a weekend. I know you're going to see a bunch of footage, bunch of training footage come up. Voice a little bit gone. Bunch of interaction footage with, I don't like saying the word fans, people coming up to meet me and stuff. Fans just seem so pompous and arrogant. I don't know, I never liked that word. I don't know, when people say, hey, I'm a fan, I'm like, dude, I don't deserve fans. So, anyway, I'm on my way home. I'm going to see my wife and my kids, whom I miss dearly. I want to give a shout out to ProSupps, man. What a friggin' amazing weekend. What a good group of people. And I got to admit, we had the hottest girls at the damn Expo at that booth. Wow. ProSupps, man. And not only that, they were very good at what they did as far as educating people on the products and as far as just being overall informative and intelligent on stuff. I mean, a lot of times you get a pretty face, you get a dumb brain. In this case, you got the best of all worlds, and you got the best of both sides, the front and the back. So regardless, it was great being at the booth with them. Very nice young ladies, and I mean, the ProSupps guys are just genuine dudes. And I usually deal with Mike and Brian Icolina, Mike G and Brian Icolina, but it was nice to see the other guys. And of course, a guy I've known for over 10 years, TJ Humphreys, the CEO. And, we come up a lot similar in this industry. He actually ran Lone Star Distribution for a while, worked at VPX. Now he's at ProSupps. Oh, I mean, he's the CEO, right? And I really despise him because he's bigger and better looking than me, and that's really not acceptable. But nonetheless, just want to give a little update on what's going on in my life right now. I got home from that. I was gone since Wednesday, and it's really hard to be away from the family. You guys know I have fun, and at the end of the day, at these expos, I'd usually rather be at home hugging my children and playing soccer with Cammie and Thomas. It is what it is. I'm at that stage in my life where, I traveled 300 days a year with Civation, and I did my thing, and I grew a company really, really well. And at the end of the day, right now, I want to enjoy my children, but I also know that for business, without the consumer, we don't exist. I can talk to Brian and Mike at ProSupps all day long, but at the end of the day, and I can go train with Ronnie, whoop-de-frickin-do. I mean, I love those guys to death, but at the end of the day, if you guys do not buy the product, if you don't support the company, all the business-to-business conversation is for naught. A lot of business owners don't respect the fact their customers are looking to get results, and if we don't get you results, you're not going to buy again. I don't want a one-time sale. There's a lot of companies in this industry that sell over-the-top bullshit, and then you're like, you don't get results, you don't buy again. I want you as a customer for life, and I'll do whatever it takes to do that. And I got to admit, I took probably hundreds of pictures, and I signed hundreds of autographs. I know I signed at least a couple hundred because, shoot, I only had like 50 left. I think I had like 300 of them or something like that. So it was just an amazing time. It still baffles me that anybody wants my picture or my signature. And I got to give a big shout out to the people I was with, KRB Fitness, obviously Vince and Chris Jones, man. I friggin' love Chris Jones. I think he's one of the coolest guys that God ever created. My hand's cramping, hold on. And then I also got to give a shout out to one of my best friends, Big J. I friggin' love Big J. The nicest, most genuine individual. Van Bra for coming out. My man Adam, who just started at Tiger Fitness, Adam Rankin. You're going to be seeing him a lot on this channel. He's the golden child, man. I think he's going to do a lot of good things in this industry, and we're happy to have him on board. Of course, Peter, who's behind the camera. Let me see. Van Bra came out. Van, we joke around, and Van and I have a very funny relationship as far as we always talk shit about each other. But, one of the reasons I'm having trouble departing from North Carolina for Illinois is that, Van is such a good guy, such a good friend. And I'd also like to give a shout out. I spent some time with Ryan Doris. Ryan Doris is a great man. Ryan Doris is someone I brought on board my old company back in the day, I think in 2009, after he competed in the same show my brother did. And he was competing as a novice, I believe, and I hired him that next week not because of his bodybuilding, because really I didn't even see him compete. I was busy, handling my brother. I spoke to him in the lobby, and I'm like, dude, this kid has his head on straight, and a master's degree and some experience later, he's going to set the world on fire. Just met many good people, and I'm trying to think if I forgot anyone, man. I'm just kind of overwhelmed. So I got up at 2 a.m. this morning, did some cardio in the hotel, and got some food in me and went to the airport. But I really appreciate it. I'm going home now. It's Sunday. It's 11:30, and on Wednesday afternoon around 2 o'clock, family and I pack up the minivan, and we're driving to Illinois once and for all. I'm coming back one more time to handle the movers, make sure they get everything okay, but it's a big part of my life, and I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to miss the hell out of Clay, man. I can train with him the next 3 days, and, I'm really going to miss Clay. I love that kid. He's a kid who has a great future ahead of him, a good family, good people. But, you got to move on. You got to move on to bigger and better things in life, and every time you make that adjustment. I also want to thank, obviously, ProSupps. I already said how much I love those guys, and the Ronnie Coleman guys for making that training session happen. And, I'd also like to encourage you to look at the belt and bid on it if you're interested to benefit cystic fibrosis. It's a big part of my life. I really appreciate you guys going along for the journey, and everybody who came up to me at the Expo. I love you. I mean, I'm very blessed that anybody cares that I even exist. And, it's to me, it's humbling and baffling that anybody follows me or watches my stuff. It's just, it's overwhelming, extremely overwhelming. As far as that's concerned, I get accused of being greedy and having an ego, but everybody who knows me knows I'm as shocked as anyone that I'm deserving of any extra attention over the local guy. Who deserves attention is the people giving their time to charity. I have a guy at Europa, his name's Chad, and he actually just spent, I believe, 10 days in Haiti, helping the orphans out there and helping with their poverty and helping the doctors. And those are people who deserve a line for signatures. Those are the heroes, the veterans who fight for our freedom. The people who donate their time to charity. I mean, I do what I can for cystic fibrosis, but you look at what Don and JP, our family friends, Isla's parents, what they do for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and those are the people who deserve, I think about Isla, I just get teary. Those are people who deserve, all the accolades. Those are the guys who are worthy, are deserving of accolades. I'm just Mark. I guess I'm the machine. But anyway, guys, I'm the machine who cries because I'm a little bitch. I always cry, man. I'm an emotional dude. Anyway, that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. Everybody who follows me, again, I'm overwhelmed by the reaction we got, and I'll always be here for you. Mark, M-A-R-C, at tigerfitness.com or mlobliner@gmail.com, whichever one you like better. Mark Lobliner, tigerfitness.com, Machine Militia, whatever the hell I want to be that day. Because, well, being humbled, it's not a game.